In the winter of 1947, in a quiet Los Angeles neighborhood, a woman's body was discovered in a vacant lot, cut in half, and posed with chilling precision. Her name was Elizabeth Short. The newspapers gave her another name, the Black Dahlia. More than 70 years later, her killer has never been found. Was it a crime of passion, a Hollywood predator, or a secret buried so deep, even time refuses to reveal it? Elizabeth Short was born in Massachusetts during the Great Depression. Her father abandoned the family when she was young, faking his own death. Her childhood was marked by instability and illness. Elizabeth suffered from asthma and spent long periods in hospitals. She dreamed of something more, something brighter. She fell in love with movies, with glamour, with the idea of becoming someone important. In her late teens, she traveled to California, hoping Hollywood would change her life. But dreams are fragile in a city built on illusion. Elizabeth drifted between cheap hotels and borrowed couches. She had no steady income, no agent, no protection. Friends later described her as polite, gentle, and painfully lonely. She often wore black dresses, dark lipstick. That look earned her a nickname in the press, the Black Dahlia. But behind the image was a vulnerable young woman trying to survive. In the final weeks of her life, Elizabeth was seen moving through Los Angeles and San Diego. She met men who promised help. She wrote letters home saying things were going well. They were not. On the morning of January 15th, 1947, a woman walking with her child noticed something in an empty field in Limart Park. At first, she thought it was a broken mannequin. Then she realized it was real. Elizabeth's body had been cut cleanly in two at the waist. Her face was slashed from ear to ear, creating a grotesque, permanent smile. There was no blood at the scene, which meant one thing. She had been killed somewhere else and placed here. Her body had been washed, drained, arranged. The precision of the cuts suggested medical knowledge. Investigators believed the killer understood anatomy. This was not a frenzied act. It was deliberate, it was staged, it was performance. The crime scene horrified the nation. Reporters flooded Los Angeles. Photographs appeared in newspapers across America. The media turned Elizabeth into a myth overnight. Los Angeles froze in fear. Then something even stranger happened. A man mailed Elizabeth's personal belongings to a newspaper office. Her birth certificate, photographs, an address book, all carefully cleaned. It was a message, a taunt. Police questioned more than 150 suspects: doctors, actors, bartenders, soldiers, ex-lovers. One man confessed, then recanted. Another appeared perfect, then vanished. A surgeon, obsessed with human anatomy, became a suspect. A wealthy Hollywood socialite was named in books decades later. A nightclub owner, a hotel clerk, a serial offender. Every lead collapsed. Evidence disappeared. Witnesses contradicted themselves. Tips drowned in rumor. The case went cold. Elizabeth Short became America's most infamous unsolved murder. Books were written, movies were made, theories multiplied, but the truth remained unreachable. For decades, Elizabeth was remembered as reckless, as dangerous, as a femme fatale who invited her own destruction. That was a lie. Modern researchers and family members challenged those myths. She did not party wildly. She was not promiscuous. She was not reckless. She was poor. She was sick. She was alone. The myth swallowed the girl, and the killer hid inside that myth. In recent years, renewed interest brought fresh analysis. Digital reconstructions suggested Elizabeth may have been held for days before her death. Neighbors later recalled screams that were never properly investigated. Police missteps became clear. Evidence was lost. Leads were ignored. The city moved on, but Elizabeth never did. Online communities now analyze every detail. Some believe the killer was a respected professional. Others argue corruption buried the truth. One theory suggests the crime was designed to be immortal, never solved, never closed. Elizabeth Short became a symbol of broken dreams, of Hollywood's dark underside, of women consumed by stories not their own. But she was more than a headline. She was a daughter, a sister, a friend, a dreamer. She wanted to be seen. She became unforgettable, but not in the way she hoped. Somewhere, her killer lived or died or watched history erase his name. The Black Dahlia case remains open. No arrest, no justice, no ending, only questions. Who killed Elizabeth Short? Why was she chosen? What truth still hides behind Hollywood's glow? Perhaps the real tragedy is this. The world remembers her nickname, but forgets her voice. If this mystery deserves answers, share this story. Leave your theory in the comments, and subscribe, because some secrets refuse to stay buried. Disclaimer: this documentary is based on public records, historical reporting, and modern analysis. The Black Dahlia murder remains officially unsolved. All theories are presented for discussion only.